We'll talk to both fighters when we return.
Flores back here with Antonio Tarver and the light heavyweight division before the night, crowded with superstars. Are we ready to add Shaun George to that list of guys that could make some noise in this division?
Most definitely. I mean, personally, I feel the light heavyweight division is the hottest division in the game today, and Shaun George just inserted himself as a major player, and that's what I wanted to see. I'm very proud of you, Shaun. Congratulations, and I expected this. I really did.
You said before this, when the broadcast started, that this is the guy that you had been in training camp with. You've sparred with him numerous rounds. What did you see from Shaun George in the ring with him that you thought he could apply tonight against Chris Byrd?
If you look at the way he was moving, you always say for a right-hand fighter to move to your left, but he moved to his right all night. He dared Chris Byrd to throw the straight left because he was in line for the counter. If you look at my tape, in the way I box as a southpaw, I go to the left instead of, normally southpaws are taught to go to the right and keep your foot on the outside of your opponent's foot. So it was just a difference tonight, and it set Chris Byrd up for every punch that Shaun had.
In working with Shaun George, what did you tell him that you think maybe helped him confidence-wise?
Well, I knew that the guy had an enormous amount of talent, a tremendous upside, but it comes a time in a champion's and a contender's career that he has to believe in his ability. And I think Shaun became a champion in Tampa, Florida, and I feel like that I was a big part of his success tonight.
Well, Chris Byrd is a former champion, but it looked early on when you were watching this fight and just some of the things that we were talking about that he didn't have much tonight.
Yeah, I don't want to say it was the weight loss. I just think it was a long career at heavyweight, taking a beating, taking a pounding from those big punches. It takes something from you every time. And I stress as a fighter defense. It's the most important thing, to hit and not be hit. It's the essence of boxing.
Well, Shaun George enjoys the biggest win of his career. He was talking about it, and he is talking about it afterwards here with our Brian Kenny out in Las Vegas. BK?
All right, Robert, thank you so much. Friday Night Fights continues here, and we're joined by Shaun George. Congratulations, Shaun. Sensational performances. Give us how it unfolded for you.
My trainer was telling me to put punches together. He said look for the 1-2 down the pipe, like Hopkins did, but not Hopkins did in the Joe Kawasaki fight. If I follow through with my punches, come through with my hook and my right hand. But I slipped it. I threw a left uppercut right hand, and I was catching the right hand all day. I couldn't catch him with the second and third shot, so I had to put my punches together. So I decided to do it. I didn't know how the judgment was going to be. So I went in here looking for the knockout, and I got one.
You looked like you had a little something extra, though. From the time we saw you against Richard Hall, where you looked great, but this looked like a little something extra. Why?
Motivation. I have a baby on the way. I got a future to think about. I've been in the game for 18 years. I believe I'm the best. I want to fight the best fighters in the world. I've been saying that before, but I've been going about it the wrong way. You know what I mean? I was 6-0 Corner World Champions. I wasn't getting the right fights I wanted to get. So, in reality, I just know that as the new year came by, I started training seriously. This is the first time I went away to training camp. So I'm with the best in the world. World lightweight heavyweight champion in the world, Antonio Tarver. Sparring with Vasily Jiro, sparring with other contenders out there. I was sparring literally every other day for the last 2 months. Your hard work and dedication in the gym.
Well, it showed, and it showed from the very start. Let's take a look at the first knockdown again in round one. Again, it was Shaun George coming out firing. And did you think you could hurt him that early?
Yes, I knew that. Listen, in training camp, I was sparring with 18-ounce gloves on. I was working. I was putting punches together. I was filling shots. When I fought Chris Byrd, I knew he was a world champion. I knew everybody was underestimating me. But my goal is to fight the world champions out there. Unify the titles. I know Antonio Tarver and Chad Dawson got a showdown. I want them to clear up the title. I fight any contender out there, whoever, whenever, however. I'm not scared of anybody. I fight anybody at any given time. I'm hard work and dedication.
I don't want to leave Brooklyn out of it entirely. Shannon Briggs is here. Go ahead, Shannon.
Well, actually, I want to ask you, Shaun. I know Brooklyn's proud. You're a very articulate young brother. Let me ask you a question. Who is next? Who do you want?
Whoever, whenever, however. You have. I want to see Antonio Tarver fight Chad Dawson. I want to fight the #1 contender in the world. Give me AJ, the guy from Canada, Adrian Ducat. I can't pronounce his last name. Give me Glenn Johnson. I want him bad.
Okay, so you don't want a title shot right now. You want
No, don't get me wrong. I take the title shot, but I got to call before I walk.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I fight anybody. I fight the German. Go over there. I would take that title from him. Okay. Be clear about it. I fight anybody. Any given time, my contract is already signed. If the world champions want to fight me, I fight them.
Brooklyn, you heard that?
Well, Antonio Tarver, by the way, in the studio did send his congratulations and respect to you. Deserve to be in the mix.
Thank you, man. Antonio is a great champion. He's been doing it for a long time, since '96. I've been watching Antonio Tarver since '95. He's a world champion, world-class actor. He's a good guy. Him and his whole team.
Big fights to be made with all you guys. By the way, Chris Byrd, by the way, just want to get this in. Shaun again injured his shoulder quite possibly when he fell. I don't know for sure, but quite possibly injured the shoulder when he fell, and that last knockdown that we saw. Let's take a look at it once again. And I would point it out too, Shaun. It really wouldn't have. It didn't seem to matter too much, but it would appear that he could have badly injured his shoulder as he went down. Chris Byrd once again showed a lot of heart staying in there. Shaun George's night all the way. Shaun, once again, congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, again, Shaun George, a winner here tonight. Sensational win, really. One that goes up on his resume and puts him right in that mix with all those big names and former champions. ESPN Friday Night Fights, presented by Just for Men Hair Color. Knock out the gray better than ever. And in part by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
Back here on Friday Night Fights, Robert Flores alongside the Magic Man Antonio Tarver. Been an exciting night. 3 great fights here on Friday Night Fights. But let's talk about you. You had a big win April in Tampa against Clinton Woods. What's next for Antonio Tarver?
Well, you know, my whole thing is that it's time. It's time to clear up the confusion in the light heavyweight division. I want Calzaghe. I'm not calling him out. I think it's the best fight to be made. You know, if he feels like he's the Ring Magazine champion, I'm the unified champion, let's do it. And let's see who's the best. If not, Chad Dawson, you're next. You know what I mean? I bar none. I just want to make the big fights. I'm at a pivotal point in my career where, you know, I took all the risks. And now it's time to unify.
I think there's just so many great stars in that division. And Antonio Tarver, maybe the biggest star, definitely one of the brightest in the division. Antonio, we appreciate you joining us here on Friday Night Fights.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Wednesday Night Fights coming your way on, strangely enough, Wednesday. ESPN2, 9 o'clock Eastern. Edner Cherry, Stevie Johnston, couple of good names there. That comes your way on Wednesday. And then Friday Night Fights back here on ESPN2, 9 o'clock Eastern. The main event, Aaron Williams against Jose Luis Herrera. Once again, our main event, Chris Byrd. His return to the light heavyweight division, not a good one, but it was a spectacular one for Shaun George as he takes out the former heavyweight title holder in spectacular fashion. What's next for Shaun George? Maybe a bigger fight in the light heavyweight division. For Antonio Tarver, Brian Kenny, and Shannon Briggs, I'm Robert Flores. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Sports Tonight.